Hi, this is Ana-Christina sharing tools of hope with the Resilience Builders. So here we go. We're talking about what it takes to become the Resilience Builder. We're talking about simple tools. And right before I started recording, I got this email that I referenced, I think, in another video. But the bottom line is this is what we're about, right? This is what we're about, and I love that it came in. This person was a participant in a class that I taught, a statewide class, but because it was virtual due to coronavirus, right? There were people from all over the country in this class. I really enjoyed the classes. I wanted to say thank you. You really spoke to my soul. My ex-husband was an abusive piece of and at the time I was in the military and I had been in for 12 years. Now I am home in Colorado where I grew up and a 911 dispatcher. I'm working toward being able to help people. I had people step up and help me when all of that was going on, and I want to pay it forward so that just maybe they can get away and get help before they no longer have a choice. Thank you again. So if you're watching this, if you're listening, it means that you make a difference for those that need to get away. It means that you make a difference for those that think they don't have a choice. It means that you're there for the victims. It means that you're there for the survivors. And it also means that you know that you need to be able to get filled up in order to continue making that difference. The Resilience Builders. We talk about instant resets. We talk about simple rebuilds. And we talk about unexpected refreshing. Unexpected refreshing. Let's do this. So as we jump in, I was thinking about, the tools and really the why behind this. I want to know when we feel isolated and when we feel alone and we feel stuck and we still feel alone and we're kind of embarrassed and we're hiding the pain and we have this deep, deep, desperate fear of never, ever, ever being enough, never having enough, never doing enough, but really never being enough. And I want to know what it takes. How do we get from this place of feeling isolated like I did on that tiny Alaskan island where I escaped, right, with my 3 little boys 25 years ago? What we really want to know, right? We want it relevant to our lives. We want to see the relevance to our lives. And we're looking for practical application. What we want to know is what are the tools that help us, the simple tools that help us to get from a place that feels like this in the middle of the Bering Sea to a place that feels like this, to say, I know I make a difference. I wrote this book, Burnout's Kryptonite, and was inspired by first responders. And I got married again. I don't know about you, but trusting again is way harder than trusting the first time. And on paper, this is my 3rd marriage. The first one was incredibly violent and dark. The second one was just like nothing, like just, my counselor said I went from withdrawal, I went from chaos and violence to withdrawal and silence. That's what she said. And I thought, wow, yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I'm in this marriage that now really it's my first marriage. Like, this is amazing, amazing relationship, amazing friendship. How do we go from feeling isolated and stuck and alone and embarrassed and hiding the pain and fear of never, ever being enough to being this, to being, yes, I have tools that help me and it doesn't matter what's going on. And sometimes it's crushing and sometimes it's difficult and sometimes it's just, I just feel numb. But the tools work. How do we get the tools? What are the tools? How do we work them? And what I figured out is, you know what? I wish I'd had the tools when I was escaping over 20 years ago with my little boys and no luggage. I wish I had the tools for the 36-hour trip where I am just absolutely devastated and we had 4 layovers. Look at the blue stars. 4 layovers, 36 hours to get back because it was a no-notice flight. It was an escape. And we got back to family and the sun shone again, right? To here. This is Andrews Air Force Base at 6:30 in the morning before this room was filled with people who help victims. people who help the survivors. And we get to live into who we were built to be. We get to decide how we're going to show up and make a difference. You were built to make a difference. And it's kind of cool to think about being here. This is a conference room where they brief presidents before and after they get on Air Force One. That was kind of slick. I loved it. But what I loved more was the difference that I could make. You're a difference maker. Because you're here, it means that you're a difference maker. And it means that you know you need to fill yourself up in order to continue being a difference maker. And you know that you need to continue to fill yourself up so that you can keep your health strong, keep your family strong, your relationships, your communication, your finances, right? So this is just some of the feedback that I got from a national conference, and it was kind of fun. I wanted to show you one of them. Is really, really funny and kind of bizarre. But yeah, people are like, oh yeah, I liked her enthusiasm and real life experiences. They were engaging. This is like from dozens or hundreds of comments, like hundreds of comments that I get back from the organizer, right? Okay, this is cool. Excellent practical tools and advice or guidance. I love practical tools. That's one of my favorite things, practical tools. This was awesome, because here's what I know is that when you get the tools, you want to share them with people. So this person said, it was amazing info to use for myself and take back to my staff. Thank you. Now here's the really bizarre one. Are you ready? Because I don't teach about domestic violence. It's part of my history, but I don't teach about domestic violence. I teach on resilience. We get resilience tools. This will be so helpful for me and my marriage. Thank you. I don't teach on marriage. I don't teach on relationships. But here's the deal. The tools are powerful. The tools work. The tools are foundational. Resilience, right? For you, for your health, for your finances, for your relationships, but for you first. And this was awesome. This was great for us to keep on track, right? For you to keep on track, to be the best for our survivors. Loved it, loved it. This was super cool coming from a different direction. Her name's Nicole. Love Nicole. She's 42, single mom, was a firefighter, hazmat training, EMT, became a paramedic, became a death examiner, and currently she's a law enforcement officer. And the truth is that she's an blazing, amazing woman who serves the victims, the survivors in her community. We did a short coaching session, and this is the 2-page letter that I got back from her. And she said some things that really resonate with some of the comments that I hear from first responders. I've seen a lot of bad, a lot of good, and a lot of death over the years. I have a lot of trauma and PTSD within myself and in my life. At first with the coaching, I was nervous and I didn't want to relive the past. As we worked, I learned that my fear was not what I thought. I felt a sense of calm. I was able to see things clearer. I could breathe. I felt the weight I've been carrying for years start to fall away. Not sure about you, but as a mom, we carry extra weight. We do. We carry extra weight for our children, for our families, and we're still doing the professional job that we're trained to do. And now we're carrying call after call after call, right? This is what I loved. Her biggest takeaway: you can't let your past run your future. You can't let your past run your future. We get to choose a different way. We get to choose a different way. We get to get the tools to help us with instant resets, to help us with simple rebuilds, and to help us to really see and receive that unexpected refreshing. Unexpected refreshing. That's what this is about. Subscribe, click your notifications, get more tools. Get more tools, because this is the Resilience Builders. Welcome home. This is a gathering of like-minded women who serve the victims and the survivors. This is a gathering of like-minded women who want real resilience, real fast. This is Ana-Christina, and I'll see you in the next video.